first is let's understand the bottom end of the pyramid market very clearly. Their biggest source of lending was money lenders, right? And even today, money lending rates, even in large cities, are very aggressive. We are talking of 10% a month. That's the price. And customers know that. So when I go on customer visit and say, what's your other alternative borrowing? They'll tell you that if I borrow 5,000 rupees, I'll have to pay 500 rupees a month as interest. And I say, do you know how much interest you're paying? They'll say, it's 10%. So they know that you are a person who's really going to help them reduce their interest burden. So you're a valuable player that they should hold well. And that's the first reaction, that they see you as somebody where they can borrow with respect, they can borrow with lower interest cost, and you're here to stay, which is very important for them, because remember, they have not seen us many years in the past. We have arrived in their lives. So they always, this question is, will these guys disappear and I have to go back to the money lender, or can I trust them? I think we're getting the trust angle a bit more, certainly. Not there as yet, I guess, because we haven't had so much history. And when I talk about us, I mean, I'm talking of the industry at large. So that's the first piece. So they understand our role and they really welcome us. In every segment of customers, you'll have the customers who like to take the shortcut or would like the opportunity not to pay and be mischievous. So yes, we should anticipate that. I think we should also realize our customer balance sheets are not very strong. How much we leverage our customers is something we should be very mindful of. So when you ask me for growth, and I said for me growth is also...
You're adjusting it for risk management.
Yes. So I think a rush for growth is not right, because the rush for a growth could lead to over leverage on the client. And then the bad news you're partly responsible for, because not only has he been responsible, but you have been irresponsible too. Having said that, largely underserved segment, it's a country which is growing, certainly a demographic which is positive. So I don't think the growth is an issue. It's about being mindful about growth, growing it sensibly at an even keel. I think that to me is the real answer. I must tell you, I've done a lot of banking, largely foreign banking. Now I'm doing real work in the microfinance sector in a small finance bank. The difference really, this is real day-to-day hard operational business. It's got loads of credit risk, but a lot of it is execution. And it's day-to-day execution. So as long as you're focused on execution, you're connected to the customer, you got it right. It's not something you want to really download or give it to a third party or hope something happens. It's deep trouble there.
So basically the point which is actually makes you a success or not is processes and risk management.
Yes. But also the point I would add, Ajay, is we are dealing with a segment who is not dealt with a formalized sector. So high touch and connectedness. The more I see my customer, the more I explain to him the advantage of saving, why he should not borrow, why is a gold loan cheaper than unsecured loan. It helps. So I think the education process is severely important. I think it's really missing. I can tell you, most people think that all products are known to everybody, but actually we sit down with somebody, certainly at the bottom of the pyramid, and try and understand how he's thinking. We figured out that nobody explained to him. So there is an education.
So the hand holding and the usage of leverage is something which you're also doing at the customer level.
So you think about us, we have 15,000 people. And out of them, at least 14,500 work 8 hours in the field every day with customers. We don't have office jobs.
Ajay, let's talk about the Financial Inclusion Conclave which we are hosting. So what's the basic objective and the big message which we are trying to drive via conversations in this one?
See, the one underlying theme was extraordinary stories by ordinary people. You know, to us, our customers, when we hear their stories, were really motivating for us. And we really wanted to bring those stories, because those stories are, however small their impact is, they're really extraordinary. Second, we believe that while everybody spoke about financial inclusion, there had to be a concept of financial independence, because that is the real platform you would like to reach. So as an institution, on every 16th of August, which is one day after Independence Day, we decided to celebrate Jana Divas, which to our mind was a way of thinking, discussing and helping usher in financial independence. Unfortunately, this year, 16th of August happened to be a Friday, and we weren't sure of how many people would miss a long weekend. So we've had it on 21st of August. This is our 4th edition. But real idea is extraordinary stories by ordinary people, and bringing the whole idea of financial inclusion, which I think is a real big challenge. I mean, if the job challenge in India has to be sorted out, we have to sort out this piece. It's unlikely that the big factories are going to give employment to millions of people.